Heyo guys, what's up? It's me, Fang. In this video, I'm going to be bringing you a mixture of a mini vlog and then a probably long question and answer. I'm going to try to get to as many questions as possible, and I'm going to try to talk a little slow this time. Apparently, I always talk really fast, and it's really hard to mix this audio with my webcam audio. So sometimes it makes it look like I'm like talking and my mouth's going and everything's coming out. Anyway. Back to the point. I like to get off on the subject. Starting it out with a little vlog. I got into this thing yesterday and people were asking like, have you ever met anyone famous? And we went through this whole thing and I showed them a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who I met, and then I met like Toby Keith and The Rock and stuff like that. And then I totally forgot about this story, and I meant to bring this in a video and I want to bring it now. This happened, I think, last month sometime. I was out and I was at Billy Bob's in Texas, which is in Fort Worth. If you ever see, it's like the world's largest honky tonk. And I went there to see a country concert, or kind of like a Texas country concert, with a band called TOTY Canada and the Departed, I guess is what it was. And so TOTY Canada used to be part of a band called Cross Canadian Ragweed, which was like a huge deal here in Texas, and I think they even, worldwide they became kind of big. But they kind of died out, and TOTY Canada, their singer, became part of The Departed, and he would do tours with them. So we went there, and we happened to get like these awesome VIP tickets. We got to go backstage due to my friend's Chris's dad knowing some of the people. So we got to go backstage, and we sat back there. We got to meet all the guys, and then you get to sit actually on the stage to the left while they're playing, which was pretty awesome in the first place. Would have been maybe like way more awesome had it been like someone crazy like Tim McGraw or something like that, or like Garth Brooks, old country singers who I like. But I did like their music. It was exciting. I got a little out of hand. I drank a little bit, let's just say a little bit. And by the time the night was done, I was just like, kind of like that. And so I went backstage, we went backstage again, and we're sitting there and we're talking, we're like in a group of people, and like from the corner of my eye, I see like this guy, and all these people are taking pictures with him, and I'm like, who is that? And then I see another guy, and he's just like walking around, and I'm like, dude, those guys totally look like Jonas Brothers. And then like my friend Chris looked at me and was like, they are the Jonas Brothers. And I was like, for me, I've never listened to their music, and so I have no idea very much anything about them. I'm sure I'd be staked if like any Jonas Brother fan ever heard me say this. But I had no idea that they were like so huge. I mean, I know they're the Jonas Brothers and little girls love them, but apparently they're a big deal. And so they somehow ended up being in this little backstage VIP area of Billy Bob's, and I was able to grab one. Like once I heard that, I was like, I've got to get a picture. Nobody's gonna believe me. So I went out and I got a picture, and I was able to grab one of them. I think it was the oldest one. I don't know his name. I just know he's a Jonas Brother. That's what I called him. And I took a picture. I'll show you the picture here. This could make like young girls cry. They would die to have this moment. And I was just like kind of intoxicated and was like, take a picture with me. So apparently that guy has his own TV show, and he's married to somebody. And he's like, it's a big deal. So I thought it was pretty crazy. That was like my random story. Like somehow you happen to be in the right place at the right time, and stuff like that happens. I'm sure it'll happen to you throughout your life. But yeah, that's kind of my vlog portion of this. Not to mention a little update on, I guess, my health condition. Still have chest pain. Don't know why. Still having chest pain. Still having back pain. I have to figure out if I'm going to go in a couple weeks back to the doctor, if I'm going to wait until February. I'm in the middle of an insurance switch, where I go from one plan to another plan, so you don't want to like coincide doctor's visits with that. So I might have to deal with it for like a month, which kind of sucks. Freaks me out because my chest shouldn't be hurting like this, and my back should be hurting like this. If I pull the rhomboid muscle like they think I did, then of course it's going to take a few weeks to heal. But hopefully that'll be getting better, and I will feel a lot better, because it makes it like it's a drain on me. I used to be able to stream for like hours and not have a problem, but now after like 2 hours, I'm just like, I just feel like down and weary. So hopefully that gets better, but that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. By the way, I won't have any videos this weekend. Most times on weekends, I don't have streams or videos because I'm out doing stuff. I'm going to be back home in Fort Worth this weekend, so I won't get a chance to do that. And I'm pulling out my handy dandy iPhone so that I can look on Twitter and see y'all's questions. I'll try to get to a lot of them. If some of them I felt like I've already answered before in other videos, I might not answer them again. I'm sorry, I apologize, but let me see if I can start from the beginning here. And the first question, believe it or not, first question I got, and I want to clear this up so it makes it that much easier with this question compared to others that came. I have Alp27HD, who is awesome, by the way, and if you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, you should go ahead and do that because he is a really great FIFA YouTuber. But he put on here, how long have you and @AirJapesFIFA been an item? And I don't know what pound bants means. I think it's banter. I don't know. We'll see what that means. Clear this up right here, right now. Me and @AirJapesFIFA are not an item. Me and @AirJapesFIFA will never be an item. We're friends. I don't date guys online. I'm not into the whole e-dating thing. I leave that to the Call of Duty girls. Which I'm not against that, like, for other people to do it. That's awesome. Some people, that's how they're gonna meet, and that's awesome if they meet that way. But I don't think I want to do it that way. I'd want to be with a guy in person and all that type of stuff. Not to mention, JP's a little too nerdy for me. Like, I've got a nerd scale, and he hits, like, high up on the nerd scale. So I don't think that would ever work out. Personalities would never match each other. Nothing like that ever work. I know you guys have dreams and hopes, and you want these YouTube relationships. But unfortunately, that relationship will not happen. On top of that, let me answer another one that people have been asking in all my streams. No, I'm not dating KSI either. He lives in England. If I wasn't going to date a guy from Georgia, why would I date a guy from England? He's so far away. And that is just, like, not something that I'm into. I'm not dating either one of those. I'm sorry if that is, like, breaking your heart and the world ends now today, but I am not dating them. Cleared up. Here we go. We've got Jack_Mac99. FIFA or COD? With a wink. By the way, everyone asked why I blink so much. I have no idea. I just noticed it after y'all started pointing it out. Like, I do blink a lot. Maybe I'm just going to start opening my eyes in videos and seeing if, like, I cannot blink. I'm sorry. I can't help it. And maybe it's like a nervous thing or an anxiety thing, something like that. But I blink, alright? My eyes are not going to dry out. And to you, Jack, I would have to say that if I'm wanting to play a game now, it used to be completely different, but from now, from what's been happening, I pick FIFA over Call of Duty. I used to love and adore Call of Duty, but some parts of it kind of got ruined for me, especially in Modern Warfare 3. It became such a garbage game, and like year after year, they put out worst game after worst game. Black Ops 2 kind of brought me back, believe it or not. It brought me back into a Call of Duty state of mind. But I still find myself at night, like if I'm sitting down and I like FIFA because you don't have to have somebody to play with. You can just get on and do your own thing, and it's awesome. If I want to be really social and I want to have like a good time, then I'll play Call of Duty. But if I'm just wanting to play a game in general and I don't care what's happening, I'm going to play FIFA. We've got Abu Baker Katan. Sorry if I said your name wrong. And that is at Abu_Baker_17. Who is your favorite football player? As of right now, like just from watching and being interested in football, I'd have to say like the most fun to watch or see highlights of, because you know we don't get to see everybody, obviously living in the United States. I really like Ibrahimovic, and I said that wrong again, Ibrahimovic. I know it's Ibrahimovic, but for some reason in my mind, I just don't let it out. I don't know why. I like him for the fact, Zlatan, that he is just entertaining to watch. He's such a big freaking dude. Like, I'd imagine him being like a linebacker for like the 49ers or something like that, but he's so huge, and he's a striker, and he can still like attempt like that shot or that goal that he made where he did that halfway bicycle kick or whatever it was. Like, stuff like that is exciting to me, and something about him just like draws me to want to watch him. He's just interesting. He's so huge. He can just run people over, kind of like Balotelli, like those big physical strikers. It's just pretty awesome to watch. We have, let's see. Sorry, I'm going through all these. Robert Noy, at Robert Noy1. Who is your favorite player on FIFA 13 Ultimate Team? Now, this is the opposite. I haven't got to play with Ibrahimovic, except for like on head-to-head. So on Ultimate Team, I would have to say that my favorite player is actually Balotelli. Like, I had a team with him. I think I made 2 or 3 teams with him. and he is just a monster on Ultimate Team and on head-to-head. On any part of the game, they made him a monster. He is so great to play with. He's quick. He scores almost all the goals that you shoot. Like, he can freaking skill. It's a great player to play with. That is my favorite Ultimate Team player so far. I haven't gone completely through, like, all the players. I haven't got to put them all on my team, so we'll see. There might be some other ones that come out that I like that are better. We've got at DCFC_Jorde. Jorde, I think. Jordeh. And he said, do you like pound get hyper? I like watching people get hyper. I honestly don't like getting hyper, unless maybe I was just like, I don't know, on all kinds of like sugar and caffeine and I was freaking out. I tried to do it after a stream whenever I got a Inform card, my first M4 card for FIFA 13, and I just looked like a crazy person. I looked like I was just like having a seizure. It was not good, so get hyper is not for me. Let's see. We've got, I'm looking at the screen. I can see myself in the screen, by the way, if you wonder why I'm looking. If you could trade any two players to Dallas FC, who would it be and por qué? This is C. Johnson Bago. Mr. Bago. Por qué means why, by the way, in case y'all didn't know Spanish. I would probably, if I could have two players in FC Dallas, I would go for Balotelli and Ibrahimovic side by side as strikers. And so no matter what happens, no matter how bad the game is played, all you gotta do is clear the ball and get it up to them. They're gonna score. They would completely humiliate half the people in the MLS. So that would be, oh my god, you have no idea. I'd cry. I'd cry myself to sleep if I saw that. We've got at James_WHUFC, which I hope means West Ham United. I don't know. WHU. It says, how many times a season do you see FC Dallas play? Well, I used to live in Dallas, so it was a lot easier then. I used to see them play like literally, I think I went to like 6 games or something like that, which isn't a whole lot, but a lot of them are during the week whenever I had work and stuff, so I didn't get a chance to go see them. So yeah, I saw that many, but now I live in Austin and I can't see them at all, except for when I watch them on TV, which sucks. I'm like back to only watching football on TV and I can't go to the games. And the games were really exciting. There's this like beer garden area you can sit in and just have like a bunch of screaming crazy fans. So it's pretty awesome. Then we have at Leaker R26. Would you ever move to the UK? I really thought about moving to the UK. Honestly, like, I was in a part or a time in my life where I was bored with what I was doing and I wanted like a big change, and I contemplated like trying to get a work visa so that I could move to the UK just to try it. I don't think that I would want to live in the UK forever, but I think that I'd want to try it out because there's just so much history. Like, you guys don't understand, or I guess you probably do understand, that on your side of the world, on your east side, what's up? You guys have so much history and so much stuff that you can just like see that amazes me. I love like old, like I watch the History Channel, so I love like old buildings. I love like memorials of things. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Castles, oh my god. If I could see like a castle from England or like Scotland or something like that, oh my god. That would be awesome for me. So that's like something that I was really interested in. Hopefully I'll be able to visit that area this year or next year. I'm trying to plan that out. The only thing that like is a problem is the plane tickets. They're so expensive, but it's not too bad. We've got at Ibby 2012. Have you ever said to someone, dude, you got beat by a girl? I used to say that all the time in Call of Duty. It used to be like a trend for me. Like, back when I first started playing video games online, and like girls weren't as big into games, or at least they might have been, but maybe they were quiet and they were never on their mics. I would usually only be the only girl I ever ran into, like, or obviously I ran into myself, but that other guys ran into. So I was like a first for them when Call of Duty 4 first came out. And I love to say that. I would be so, my voice just cracked right there. Woo. I would be so freaking quiet the whole game, and I would totally own a team, and they'd be talking all this trash like, you campers, and I'd be like, shut up, bitch, you just got beat by a chick. And they would be like, oh my god, and you know, their reaction is always like, well, you're probably a lesbian, or you're probably a dyke, or you're probably fat, and it was like always this thing. And back then I would like send them a picture of myself and be like, yeah, shut up. So that was my big thing. Now you can just be like, look at my YouTube, stupid. But you don't see that as much now. They're just like, you'll find those like people between the ages of 13 and 16 who think that like they are the biggest hard asses ever, and they'll say stuff like, oh, you're a fat bitch, or you're a whore, and you're ugly, and it's just, you gotta get used to it. Gotta get used to it, because you know they're probably just really mad they lost to you. We have @Alcy_is_dinch. If a bear and a shark had a fight, who would win? Well, it depends on where. Like, if a bear was in the ocean fighting a shark, then probably the shark, because, you know, the bear, I don't know how far they could swim. They'd have to get tired, and then the shark could easily just, like, start biting the crap out of them, drag them down to the bottom of the ocean and make their head explode. But if they were on land, obviously the bear, because the bear would just sit on the shark, and the shark would need, like, to be in the water to be able to live, and so it would die. That's how I see it. It all depends. @SJohansson7. Have you ever been in Sweden? I have never been to Sweden, but I would love to go to Sweden. I had like, whenever my stepsister was younger, she did gymnastics, and I would go watch because I was not into gymnastics. I did not want to do it myself. And they had a team from Sweden come teach them. It was like a group of like 4 guys and 4 girls. Oh my god. It was like straight up 8 blonde people, and the guys were like chiseled and blonde hair, blue eye, which is not my type normally, but chiseled and just, ugh. I would love to visit Sweden. Trust me. We have @Roman_Wati_B. He says Ibrahimovic or Falco. Obviously Ibrahimovic, because I've been talking about him almost this whole video and how much I love him. So that answers your question. We have @Dale_Tade10. This is a great one that I get to answer. I hope y'all are listening at this point. He says, why won't you play me at FIFA? Pound, you scared? Question mark. No, I'm not scared to play anybody at FIFA. I will play anybody and everybody at FIFA. The thing is, I don't have time to play everybody at FIFA. And people might say, oh, well, you don't have a job, you don't have time. Well, I have other things that I do with my life during the day. I play for a football league. I have, you know, a flag football team. I'll have to clean my house sometimes. I have to go run errands and do things. There's a lot of things that I do besides do this. Not to mention I have to stream. I have to make videos that take a lot of time. So whenever, like, I don't get on FIFA just to play people. I don't get on, like, I'm turning my Xbox on and I'm going to challenge people. That's not what I do. I get on and I play to make videos, or I play just to play. I want to lay back, relax, start up a game. I don't want to have to worry about sending invites. I just want to play. So I don't sit here and accept challenges. If I did that, I'd have to play at least 30 people a day, and it would be super annoying. So what I say to you, as to what I'll say to everybody else, is whenever I'm in stream, if I feel like playing other people, I will say, everybody send an invite to my name. The first person to send it, or the first few, I'll play you. All the rest, you'll have to hopefully get in the first few the next time. That's just how it goes. And unfortunately, you know, if I was the type of person who sat there and wanted to play all day, I would. But that's the only thing I can do. I hate when people send me those messages. I literally despise getting a message and someone saying, I challenge you to FIFA or something like that. It's totally annoying. I'm just letting you know, you are annoying me if you do that. Thumbs up. We have @GustavRH. When did you start making YouTube videos? I started in March. My channel started in March. I streamed, like, I started FIFA and streaming in January, so the channel started in March. So I haven't even hit a year yet, and we're about to be at 17,000 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting, and I'm really, really happy about it. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed to me. Why did you start playing FIFA? This is @Callum_Natal. Well, I started, like, the first time I played FIFA was FIFA 2010. And that's because a friend of mine who I played Call of Duty with was like, you've got to play this. We played clubs together. We can all be on a team. And so I got it that way. And that was a lot of fun, but I quit playing after like a month or 2. And then obviously I started playing more so because I've told the story. Raids or who everybody doesn't like that's a streamer, told me I should pick up a copy of FIFA and try playing it and then try streaming it because the community was awesome and it's interesting, and so I did. And then last January, which has almost been a year now, I started playing FIFA, so that was my biggest thing. Other types of FIFA. Ultimate Team. That's when I started Ultimate Team. We have... I'm probably going to do like 3 more because my voice is starting to hurt. At Jonesy28_AVFC, he says, if you had to support a team from England, who would it be and who is their best player? If I had to support a team from England, I do support a team from England. I support West Ham United, which is part of the Barclays Premier League, and I've supported them. We all know the story why. It has to do with my favorite actor. I started that like 3 or 4 years ago, and now that I'm really into it, I'm not going to change it. They may not be the best team, but they're all right, and I like cheering them on. If I ever go to London, I would love to see one of their games, and if they ever come to the United States, you bet your ass I'll be on an airplane to find out where they're playing. But who's their best player? I don't get a chance to see them as much as I'd like to say who their best player is. I know now they have, you know, Andy Carroll, who's only on a loan, who's amazing from what I've played with, like just on video games and maybe seen a lot, but whenever I was watching or whenever I do get a chance to watch, I like watching Vaste. I think he's very exciting. He may be young, and I think at some point he's going to be really awesome. I remember watching their game last year where they found out that they were going to be promoted, and he did a great job, so I would have to say that that's, I don't know if that's their best player, but that's my favorite player. Here we go. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of got distracted and I had to come back to the question and answers. We have, let's keep going here. Fuck, I clicked on the wrong thing. Who is your favorite YouTuber? This is at XXRob5onXX. I've answered this before. Like, I can kind of like put it in a little short answer, or you can go back to some of my other videos where I said it. I've got like 5 that I really like to watch the videos. I'll look for them whenever I get on YouTube. And they're FIFA YouTubers, and they're the biggest ones probably, but they are that because their stuff is that interesting or that good, and that's why I watch them. And so I like to watch KSI, obviously, JJ, everyone loves that as well. I like to watch Wee Peeler. I like to watch Nepenthez. He's probably one of my more favorites now. And I like to watch Japes. And then my 5th one for the video that I normally watch probably is going to be Gujan Daniel. Anytime he puts a video out, I'm like very interested. I mean, he ate a FIFA disc. Come on. That's changed, actually. That's probably different than what it was last time, but that's what it is right now. So those are what I've been watching. We've got at Lyle_Bunyan. He said, what got you into gaming? Hope it helps. A boyfriend actually got me more into, I was into gaming like my whole life. I always had a system. I had like the regular Xbox, I had the 64, I had all that. But I only played like sports games, and it was like rarely. Like I didn't play very often. I played like NCAA football and Madden and stuff like that. So that's what I was interested in. And then in college, when I was a sophomore, my boyfriend got me into it. He was playing on a PS3. He had gotten a PS3, and he was really into it. And I was like watching, and as I was watching, I was like, no, I want to play. And there was a game that I played all the time on my regular Xbox that was on PS3, and you could play people online, and that was Fight Night Round 3. And I was like, oh my god. So I had to get it, and I went out, and I picked it up. I got on his PS3, and he never was able to touch his PS3 again after that, because I was playing it all the time. I got ranked really high, one of like the top 10, I think, in the world at that time on PS3. I went off on that game, and then after that, I went on and I moved into like shooters and RPGs, and it just took off. Now I love games. I couldn't imagine being without them. I had to get my own system. Now I have like tons of systems. I think I've spent like $10,000 on electronics in the last 4 years, so pretty pathetic, but it's pretty awesome. And I think this is going to be my last question because I'm really getting kind of worn out here. We've got at Alcy_is_Dinch. You already asked one. I'll answer it anyway, and then I'll answer one more after this, since it's got to be someone different. He said, they say Texas is the Lone Star State. What does that mean exactly? I think we were nicknamed the Lone Star State because back in the Dizzy, we used to be our own republic. We were our own nation. And we had like a struggle against Mexico, and it was a big deal. And another time, I think we've been our own country at least once or twice. I think we might have just been like our own nation, and we fought against Mexico, and I think we got help from America with that. But at one point, we were our own state too, or our own country, and we couldn't obviously survive on our own then, so we went back and we joined with the United States again. But we are the only state, and I don't know if y'all knew this, we're the only state in the United States of America that can, for one, have a Capitol building that is bigger than the White House, which we do here in Austin, and we can fly our flag at the same height as the United States of America's flag. No other state in America can do that, or in America can do that. So that's pretty awesome for Texas, and at any point we can succeed again. We have to get so many votes or whatnot, and we could leave the United States and be by ourselves, and now we could survive. We could easily survive. We have most of the United States' military, which we would take, obviously. We have, like, if every light in the United States went out, Texas would still be lit up because of our electricity. We have oil, we have commerce, we have everything you could think of here. So it could happen. It's probably not going to happen, but that's like one of the biggest things. That's what I think that came from. So we were the Lone Star. And let me do one more final question, see if there's any I haven't answered, because some of these are kind of repetitive questions. We got at LFC Corrigan. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Or anywhere else? You would think that I would say like somewhere crazy like, you know, Japan or like Australia or something like that. But my dream place to live forever, it's going to be pretty lame probably to other people, but at one point I've seen like a picture of the Santa Monica Pier in California, which is right by Los Angeles, and I've always thought that that was amazing. I want to visit it. I've never got to see it in person, and I've always wanted to live in Santa Monica. That is the most random place ever, but like that's like something I've talked about for years. I remember whenever I worked at a accounting firm, a girl there had got to do a trip to California, to LA. She got in there for an auditing thing, and she went to the Santa Monica Pier, and they had these postcards. And at that time, like, whenever, at that job I had, and this is what a lot of people see with me, whenever I'm working, I kind of go off into another world. Like, I'm not all there for some reason, but I do my job really well. I'm just like, you just see me, and I'm just like, nah. And so a lot of times, like, people will make up, or at least at this job, they said, Jessie is in her own world. She's in somewhere called Jessieville. And so that was like a running joke around the accounting firm, you know, Jessieville, haha. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. But she went out and she didn't, I guess maybe she might have heard me talk about it. I don't know if she even knew, but she got a postcard of the Santa Monica Pier, and she like wrote on it, if I ever imagined what Jessieville would be, this is what it would be. And she gave that to me. I don't know where it is, but that was like so crazy that she was able to get that card and have that on there. And that, I mean, that's where I'd want to be. So if I could live anywhere else, it would be California, and it would be in Santa Monica by LA. And hopefully my house wouldn't be like, I would want to live there for free, because their houses are ridiculous. They pay like $3,000 a month in mortgage or whatever. They have $1 million homes. All of them are. Even the smallest, crappiest homes, like $1 million. So that's it. But anyway, that's like all the questions I'm going to answer for today. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more. And if y'all like this question and answer, let me know. I'll do more of them. I don't mind. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, get Fang Bang, nerds.